I grew up in a Catholic household, so we weren't very strict with it. We went to church every so often, usually for like Christmases and Easters. Um, it was more of like a personal relationship than like a church-based relationship or like a religion-based relationship. Yeah, I knew Jesus from a very young age. I grew up in a very small town in Saskatchewan. And then when I graduated high school, I moved to Alberta, Edmonton, for university. And through university, I feel like I had a good relationship with Jesus before I went to university, but then in university, in nursing school, I kind of dropped everything and just focused on nursing school, including my kind of faith a little bit. I met an amazing guy in university, and we both graduated together and we moved here together. He's from BC, and that's what brought me to BC. I moved here with my boyfriend at the time, and we lived in a basement suite under his parents. We were having an amazing time. We got engaged shortly after we moved here. We were engaged for almost a full year. We were wedding planning. I had a tight hold on my future, I think, of getting married, having babies. I had my career, my dream job, like everything was really good. And through my engagement, I kind of realized that I did want to prioritize Jesus and have that relationship, and I feel like my priorities were changing a little bit, moving into like a more secure, like just preparing for marriage. And my fiance was not religious, so he was always very open to talking about what I wanted to talk about, and for me, kind of educating him on where I was at with that. But he didn't come to church with me, which was kind of a difficult part of our relationship. But so we both like decided through a lot of conversation that like he would always support me. Our kids would grow up to know that mom believed and dad didn't, and that was kind of where we were with that. So in September of 2024, I started seeking my relationship again with Jesus, and I started going to Ridge Church online first, because I was quite intimidated to come back in person after not going to church for so long. And then I started coming in person at the end of September. I came a couple times in person. And I think, truly, I think that desire was God, like, preparing me for what was about to happen, preparing me to lean on him in a really dark time. So I started going to church and really, like, started reading the Bible. I was really just nourishing my relationship a little bit more with Jesus in September, October. And then near the end of November, I sadly came home one day after work to find that my fiance had taken his own life. So that was a giant heartbreak, devastation, biggest heartbreak I could have ever imagined. And I immediately went to like so many hard questions about God. And I thankfully had good community from Edmonton, a really kind friend, kind of a mentor now for me, that was there to kind of guide me and try to answer some hard questions, but also encourage me to seek out the answers myself. So she encouraged me to look for an Alpha program or course, and maybe it was a God thing that Alpha was starting right in January here, so it was really good timing. So I started coming to Alpha. I never really questioned like the bad, like I always knew God was good even through that, but I just had questions more of like where to go from here and like where my fiance is and those kinds of things. I mean, through kind of seeking Jesus since my fiance passed, I've truly seen God work so abundantly in my life. And kind of through that, my biggest prayer in that season was community. And I was feeling like very, very lonely. I'd come here with my fiance and I had some community, but not very great like Christian community. I started the day praying for like godly friends, community, to just walk alongside me with God and like be able to, I don't know, just call me out when I need to be called out and encourage me when I need encouragement, and I can encourage them when they need encouragement, like just godly friends. And then at the end of the day, Dan came and asked if he could pray for me. And he had really no context of what I was praying for that day at all. But he came and he prayed over me and just prayed that community come into my life. And God totally spoke through Dan, I think, encouraging me that community is coming and community, you're in community right now at Alpha. And soon after Alpha, God's worked in that. I started a community group, and they've been so amazing. I'm so glad to be in that group. And even outside of church, I've met, like, through mutual friends, I've met such beautiful, godly people. I think I just want to be baptized as a testament of I put away that lukewarm life. Like, I don't want that anymore. I have no desire. And even through like seeking Jesus more, my priorities in life are completely changing. And just putting aside that lukewarm life and moving forward, seeking Jesus and taking things to him first, and just this new relationship with Jesus that I have is so personal now, which has been amazing. My name is Madi, and this is my story of new life.
Good morning and welcome. As you heard, we're here with Madi, whose story has been one that's been such a profound gift to get to witness. And we're so excited to be here today. I'm here with Shannon, who's the mentor she mentioned from Edmonton, who's here with us today. And so, Madi, I have a couple questions for you. Number one, do you admit that you are a sinner and that sin separates you from God?
Yes.
And do you believe that Jesus, in his life, in his death, and in his resurrection, has restored your relationship back to God?
Yes.
And do you commit by your baptism today that you want to follow Jesus with all that you have and all that you are until he returns or calls you home?
Yes.
Then it is our great joy and privilege to baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.